Thank you, Representative Reick. State Representative David Welter of the 75th District out of Morris, Illinois, also the House Republican Caucus Chair. As Representative Mazzochi mentioned, since January of this year, DCFS Director Marc Smith has been held in contempt of court 6 times. Actually, this morning, I believe there was another contempt hearing, so maybe by the time of this press conference, there's an additional contempt against him. But this is a continuous cycle that we will probably continue to see unless action is taken. He's done nothing to change the way his agency is handling these cases, which is why he continues to receive these citations for willful, repeated violations of court orders. Equally distressing, since this first came to our attention, there have been crickets from Governor Pritzker. The lives of 41,970 children are in the care of the state just this last fiscal year, and they are being mistreated. In 2021 alone, 356 children were held in hospitals longer than necessary by DCFS. What does our state's top official have to say about it recently? Nothing. In May of 2019, Pritzker said, and I quote, "This agency and children under its care were neglected for years. That changes right now." Well, folks, it's 2022, and nothing has changed. We threw more money at a problem, hoping for better results, but statistically speaking, looking at the numbers, the court orders, things have only gotten worse. This is unacceptable. These children, our most vulnerable residents, are trusting the state to take care of them and to keep them safe. They have been failed repeatedly. While my colleagues and I have called for action over and over again, the governor has sat idly by and allowed these vulnerable children to suffer. The statistics are deeply troubling. And I think it's important when we get in front of the public or we have discussions regarding DCFS to look at the numbers. I know these children are not part of a statistic. They are not just a number. However, it is so shocking when you look at the numbers and how they break down. In fiscal year 2021, there was a staggering, and I mentioned this earlier, 41,970 children indicated as abused or neglected in the DCFS system. 13,960 children were indicated as re-abused. Re-abused. Every year since the governor was elected, that number has grown. Last year in DCFS system, there were 20 deaths attributed to abuse and 68 deaths due to neglect. 4,622 children were indicated as sexual abuse victims. Among those were 54 indicated as victims of human trafficking. That is not what leadership looks like. This should be a top priority for the legislature right here in Springfield, and it should be a top priority for Governor Pritzker. We need to act, and we need to act now. We must demand full transparency. That is what is so important. Decisions that are being made in this governor's administration are passing by with limited to no transparency. Why are over 13,000 children being re-abused in a single year? Why are more children dying? Despite additional funding being provided by DCFS, by the General Assembly, why are these cases increasing? Because as everybody up here has talked about, the system is broken. The governor is doing very little to nothing to actually change this. During the campaign, he spoke a good game, how he cared about these children and how he was going to change the system and he was going to protect the children. He has failed on that just as he has failed on all of his other promises that we've seen over the last several years.